I'm Cal Williams, possibly better known as Diane's husband, since she's at this point much more active in what's going on in this church than I am. But Quentin and Greg have asked me to talk about what I see happening here and what I see hopefully for the future of this congregation. And there's a couple of things that I've observed in the year and a half that we've been members here. One is the congregation's involvement with things. It's kind of an unspoken, unorganized organization. If something needs to be done, somebody steps up and does it. I don't care whether it's mowing or cleaning or anything. There's congregation members that get involved and do what needs to be done, and it's one little way of giving back. We also have a number of members that are involved in the community, and you see them get up during services and talk about this organization or that organization that they're trying to raise money for, and these are good causes. And I think that's part of being a disciple of Christ is to do those kind of things. The other thing that I see, or that I've seen over the last year and a half, we know that Greg is out in the community trying to meet people and trying to invite folks here for what it's worth, and not so much directly as indirectly. Spread the word that we're here, out here on top of this hill, and that our doors are open and we're welcoming to anyone. And although it might appear sometimes like, if you know what Greg's schedule looks like, that maybe he's spinning his wheels, but take a look around. Look at the new faces in the pews. Look at the people that weren't here a year ago, weren't here 2 years ago. And I see some slow growth in attendance, and it would seem to me that slow growth is the answer. I think we would be fooling ourselves if we went from where we sit today to suddenly having every pew packed with someone, only to have those pews empty again in 2 or 3 weeks. I think an intentional effort on behalf of this congregation and on behalf of the leadership in this church is paying dividends. We're bringing people to Christ. And after all, isn't that what we're called to do as disciples of Christ? I think this little church is doing it right and doing it well.
So we wanted to bring you out here onto the walking path and show you actually where it sits on the property, show you some of the new construction. We talked with the developer out here. He's going to make connections from the cul-de-sac onto our walking path. So eventually, as these neighborhoods are built out here, they can just immediately connect to our path and to our area out here. Again, just that idea that they're welcome here. You know, that this is a community that we want them to be a part of. And so you can see that some of the houses that are under construction, some of them are already sold and people have moved in. And obviously, all this used to be our ground, which will eventually be a neighborhood, and all the way over here to the east also. But it'll all be tied in, is the plan. It'll be tied into this church, it'll be tied into our path, and give people a place to come out and enjoy. So we're hoping to portray that message to people out here, that we're not using money from our land sale strictly for our benefit, that the proceeds that we got from this is something that we're going to use to just build up ourselves, but that we wanted to take a portion of that and essentially give it back in the best way we could. So I think it's people are using it, people are seeing it, they're starting to understand that they're welcome out here, and that's the point. So, you know, as we look back from the path back to the church, back to the amphitheater, we're just talking about, you know, why do we come to church here? Why do we continue to do so? You know, since the beginning, we felt that welcoming aspect. It's just the most genuine congregation and the genuine church, most genuine church we've been a part of. and truly feeling like that you do belong and that you're welcome. And I stand out here as being part of the board for the first time. It's humbling to me to see what this congregation is actually doing, and actually doing not just for me and my family, but doing for this community. And we've told a lot of stories about the impact that we can make for other people. And I stand here and look and see that the giving that has been up to this point has allowed us to offer so much. And I physically stand here on a path now, looking up at the church building with this outdoor space, and to see that that's made possible because of the years and the giving and the dedication that the congregation's had. And I want my role to be to help apply that, to help take it and say, this is something that we have the ability to do for other people. And this is something that, because of the giving in the past, because of the effort, because of the volunteers, because of what Jesus wants us to do, we can help other people see that vision, and we can welcome other people in. And in this day and age, people need to be welcomed, and they need to hear that. So people in today's, they need that message that they're included, that they're welcome, that there is no standard that you have to set first, that there is no, you have to be this type of person or this specific way before you can come and you can be a part of what we're doing. And I think this church does an incredible job of letting people know that. And this is the physical embodiment of that, if you will, that this is something we can give back. You can come and use it. You can enjoy it. Bring your family here. It's something that we can provide because we own the land to do it. And I'm incredibly proud to be a part of this, and incredibly proud to be a part of a congregation that has that attitude and that spirit about it.
Hi, I'm Quentin Todd, and I'm the Director of Worship here at First Christian Church. And I want to talk a little bit about the future, or the plans that we have, or the vision that we have for the future of worship as it relates to worship here at First Christian Church. Personally, I have a goal to expand what the definition of worship is here at the church. A lot of times I feel that what people would define as worship is strictly coming on Sundays. That is the worship service for the week. But what I want to do is something a little bit along the lines of what Constance Cherry said in her book, The Worship Architect, when she said that worship is a pattern. It is both God's revelation and our response to it. And I don't think that is restricted to just Sunday mornings, whether that be in song, in scripture that's read. But I think that can be, that our response, as well as God's revelation, can be seen and implemented outside of this building throughout the week. And so my goal is to inspire the congregation to take their worship out of these doors and out of these walls into the community that they're wrapped in. So that's my vision.